Hey guys, welcome back, and what we have today is the Transformers. This is the G1 Retro packaging for, and I think this is a Walmart exclusive again, of Headmaster Skullcruncher. So here's what he looks like in the box, and it's very much, and like with all of these, I have not opened these, and I'm going to be doing a comparison, but you can kind of tell this is very G1 inspired, and I think that this head's replaced on this image, if I'm not mistaken. You can see them all in the package, and then there's Grax, okay? There's that. Here's your change finish. Here's the back of it, with that really cool looking artwork. And then you have the tech spec right here, and you see its strength, intelligence, speed, and firepower. And done in 5 languages. That's pretty cool stuff. You get no robot points, but you do get, if you want, cut that out and say it's authentic. And then there's the classic Hasbro logo. The bottom of this box is a UPC code, a whole bunch of stuff which doesn't look interesting, maybe a website or two where you can find out about all sorts of great things and where it was made and all that. Okay, so there's that side and there's that side. So let's get this thing open and check it out. Okay. Just like with our other ones, you know, I opened these all right here for you guys. And that's because, like I said, we'll be comparing it with the Japanese, their Legends series of the Headmasters and the Titans Return version. So, okay, so let's get this over here. Again, they have this really nice, the packaging is really nice, and you could store this in here because this is coagulated cardboard, and it's very solid. So inside of this plastic tray, let's see if I can get it out without, without ripping the packaging. There we go. Okay, cool. Neat. All right. As always, it comes with the instructions, and it has like the G1 style like illustration and the Transformers thing. Cool stuff. And then it has this paper, which is like a safety choking hazard warning. Usually just trash for me. And there it is. Man, let's get this thing open. I'm going to cut these here. Snip. 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 Oh, man. One more here. Is that it? Alright. Here comes the noisy part. Oh, look at that. His wrist was tied in. I didn't see that one. There we go. That's an easy fix, guys. Again, it's just kind of some plastic. Alright. Alright. Is that in there? Is that right? Is that right? Nope, it's not right. Second set of holes up here. There we go. Alright, get this out here. Man, it's just none of these things want to come out right. Okay, I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Push from the bottom out. And then I'll reassemble that thing. Alright. Will I be storing my Transformers in this plastic packaging? More than likely not. I will more than likely keep the boxes. They're cool. Will I store the Transformers in them? That'll be a big negative. I don't generally do that unless it's a masterpiece or a third-party masterpiece, and that masterpiece has some nice styrofoam packaging. So I'll go on ahead and shove this in here, and we're good with the packaging for now. Now that we've got them out, let's take a look at this guy. Actually, before we even do that, get rid of the trash, put this here, and I'm going to snap this peg post that I pulled off of the tail trying to get him out of the package. So, there. I think that's it. Oops, sorry guys. Alright. That it? There we go. Alright. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Okay. Hold on a sec. There we go. Alright. And so what happens is you put this on here, just like that, and there's his tail. And then you can put his gun, and you plug it into here, and I suppose that's the tip of his tail. All right, then. And then let's take a look at, what's his name? Grax? Okay, here he is, man. And he's got some red paint slapped on him. There we go. All that. Fold him up, and he will have Skullcruncher's head on his back. Okay, so there's that. You can always put that in here in his alligator mode. You can just go for a ride in there. There's plenty of space if you look in there. Oh man, I don't have enough good of an angle there, but it's kind of a sculpted seat. Looks cool. Oops. Yeah, this is always with this model. It's always been like that. So let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Yeah, so we've got some decent articulation here. His head is on a ball joint, so he can say no, no, or yes, yes. And then you can open up his mouth like the. Okay, and this tail just wants to not stay on. Okay, so all right, let's open up this thing. Man, there we go. You can see the inside of his mouth there. Rah, looks cool. Yeah, and this area here and these teeth, this is all soft rubber or soft plastic or something. So interesting stuff. Now I do have the comparisons to make here. All right, everyone. So now here is all three of the different versions, and just to show you which one's which, I'm putting this box right here. This is going to be, this here is the one we've been talking about, the reissue from Walmart. This one here is the this is the Japanese Legends version of the Skullcruncher, and then this one here is this is the Titan's Return version. So we have the Walmart reissue, and then you have the Japanese Legends version, and then you have here the Titan's Return version. So we could take a look at let's take a look at these guys. It's all going to look the same except the paint. As you can tell, let's see if we can get it to focus right up on there, and you can see the paint is a little sloppier on the one on the left, which is our this is our reissue, but it's still not too bad, I guess. So it's all the same looking there. You can see this one here on the Japanese version here. It's probably about the same. And if you look here, the heads, well, the head sculpts are the same. They are the same. Now, if I were to take the Titan's Return version, we can see there's definitely a difference here. So the Titan's Return version right here, yeah, that's more of a like a G1 toy accurate head rather than like a screen accurate head. So yeah, so that's what we're dealing with there. And yeah, you can see on the Titan's Return version on the right that you've got no red paint on the face at all, and that's what that looks like. So, but the sculpts are all the same, the legs, the body, and all that. So I'm going to set these guys down here, and let's take a look at if you can see the color here. This almost looks like a purple instead of a red. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but that's the primary color here. And you can see between the Japanese one and the reissue here, and you can see the same thing is true with the Titan's Return version. And one thing you'll notice right off the top is the back claws there are not painted on this new version here versus the Titan's Return and the Japanese Legends one down there. And let's take a look here on the side. You can also see, I do know that this kind of thing here on the Titan's Return, this painted detail with the Decepticon logo, this is meant to evoke like essentially what the toy looked like. And this one has it far back here. And if you look, it's like in a totally different spot, but it's a similar kind of deco. It's just pushed further back. If you look at the paws here or whatever, you can see that there's some, they picked out that with paint, and there's none picked out here. It's the same thing with the Japanese Legends ones. It's just like this one, and the color between these two are pretty much the same. This one's almost a purplish red, so kind of interesting. You can also see on top here, this is the soft plastic or the rubber. I think it's like soft plastic. This is where you put Grax, and you can see this one's just solid green on Titan's Return. And on the reissue here, it's like clear. It's just like this one here from the Japanese Legends one. This one's also clear, but it's red. So you see that there. Whoa. So, oh yeah, and just to compare the Japanese Legends one on the side here, you'll notice that it only has that Decepticon symbol and no other paint detail or anything like that. So kind of interesting there. And if you look at all of these together, here, I've got little headmasters all over the place. Anyway, so you can see that the three heads, whoops, let's push this back a bit. The Titan's Return version has a painted eye here, Decepticon symbol here, and the teeth are kind of a grayish color, and if you open up the mouth, you'll notice that it's also the tongue is kind of gray. Let's take a look at this guy. He's the Japanese one. It's just the same transparent, translucent kind of reddish color, and you'll also see it's red in the inside there. And let's look at our reissue. Our reissue, teeth are painted, and it's kind of like a black tongue almost. So there we go on those three. So yeah, so this is let's do. I'm going to quickly do a transformation of all three of these guys into their robot mode, and then we'll do a comparison there. Okay, let's go on ahead and get started and transform this thing. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is, this thing just continues to want to fall off. So there is a thing. So I think, alright, just making sure things are tight here. So take off his tail, okay, and then you can go on ahead and take this gun out while you're at it, and we'll set those aside. Okay, so next thing you want to do is flip out. Actually, you can take this. Let's do that. You're going to fit the legs of the croc and just push them against there so that this panel lines up with the edge of this. Then go on ahead and flip this whole thing out, and then what you want to do is make sure that you can split the legs at this point. Yes, they'll want to anyway, and then make sure that this knee part clicks into place. Do the same thing on the other side. Flip out the toe piece, I guess, is that what we're going to call this? Okay, toe piece it is. And there we go. That's the legs. Second thing you want to do is take the head of the alligator, pull them out, and you'll see the tabs untab here. Fold it all the way back, just like that. Then go on ahead, take that shoulder, fold it down, and straighten it out, like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Then orient this here so that it's facing forward. You can fold this down, and you can turn this sideways to straighten out his arm. Pull this back, and then flip out his wrist. Do the same on the other side. So do that, that, and this. Straighten it out. Flip his wrist down. Okay, and there we go. That's this. And now we just need to make his head. Flip it over, bend over this, and square it out. Plug it into here. And like I said, you just want to make sure you're plugging it in the right direction. And there you go, man. That is the Skullcruncher. Oh man, are you kidding me? Alright, here we go. Lean him forward a little bit because this is something. He's a little hot top heavy. He's a little back heavy. But there he is in robot mode, and he looks pretty good. Lots of purple here. What's interesting here is that there's also paint here at the end of his tail. The other ones don't have that. I'll show that off in a second. But let's go ahead and give him his, we'll give him this. You can have him hold it like this. And then you can put the gun over here in this hand. You can put it in either hand, whatever you choose. So yeah, looks pretty good still. He's got a waist swivel right here. Of course, he has all that going on, and of course, he can do the squats. There is no real ankle tilt here or anything like that. So yeah, there's that. So all this swings back and forward just fine if you want to get this posed. Just make sure you don't untab those things there. So yeah, so he looks very much like his anime self. Let's go ahead and put him here, and then we'll bring out the Japanese Legends version, and then we'll bring out the Titans Return version. And there they are, a triplicate, and you can kind of see the differences already. There's, some of the paint apps, a lot of the paint apps are the same, but with this guy here, he is definitely a purple color, where these two are more of a red color. The paints, apps on the chest all look very similar. The head sculpts between these two are identical, versus this one here, which is more like the toy version. And let's see what it looks like on the back. I mean, they pretty much look like that from the back, and I can tell you that the joints are pretty tight on this one here from this release that we're covering here. But the one on the Titans Return, pretty loose stuff. Yeah, these things, the heads tend to get, they tend to get, I don't know, they're on a ball joint, so they tend to like wobble around a lot, but there's no real way to kind of secure that thing in the back. Anyway, so, and you can see them here from the side. We'll do that little comparison, and you can immediately see, some of the differences in the paint apps and whatnot. And then back to the front again. So, and there we go. So, and yeah, I would have to say this one here has loose joints, and this one also has loose joints. This one here, it's fairly tight, but you still have some looseness, more than I like to see in most figures. But yeah, there we have it. So I'm going to put these guys aside here, and now you guys kind of know like what the differences are, and do I recommend this figure? Yeah, this is a good figure. If the head sculpt's really good, it doesn't appear to be any mold degradation or anything like that. It seems to be pretty decent, and it looks good. The paint apps look good, and plus you get this really nice box, which you can store your headmaster into. Okay, that's pretty much all I have. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I'd love it. Thank you guys. See ya. Peace.